Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with House of the Dragon. Actually, earlier than I thought. Hopefully this is going up at the normal time for you guys. I guess I don't know. Because I'm still dealing with copyright problems on the last episode. But anyway. But we had roofers out here today at 6 o'clock in the morning. The ass crack of dawn. And it's hard to sleep. A little hard to sleep. I woke up. But to their credit, they freaking got done. Like, we thought it was going to be sun up to sundown getting this roof on. Now they got the roof on, and they left at like 1 o'clock. It is great. So, I thought I was going to have to wait a couple days to record this, but here we are. Welcome back to House of the Dragon. Last time on House of the Dragon, we had the Red Sowing. Basically, let's just kind of boil it down. Rhaenyra found 2 more dragon riders in Ulf and Hugh, and they now have Vermithor and Silverwing, and Aemond is pissed. I mean, when isn't Aemond pissed, but he's really pissed now. Daemon has rallied the Rivermen thanks to the new Lord Oscar Tully, after Oscar putting up a heck of a verbal assault on Daemon. Not so much as, just a roasting, but just like, enough to, show he can't walk all over him, which is pretty good. And then I feel like what was the other thing I was going to mention? Alicent left. She basically was just like, you know what, I'm done. She took 1 Kingsguard and went off into the woods to relax, and she went and swam in a lake. It's probably freezing cold, but honestly, I don't think she cared, and I don't blame her. I don't blame her at all. Could you imagine just finding nice countryside, get a nice like cabin or something, and a beautiful lake? I think there's a line in the second Game of Thrones episode. I was rewatching some Game of Thrones a little while back. I was rewatching like reactions, not really the show, but there was a line from Robert when they're on the King's Road, and he's just, "Gods, this is country," and it's just like, you know what? I kind of get him. It's like, just get away from. And I mean, like, more and more these days, I'm like, man, I wish I could just leave all of society. Not to the point where I'm fully cut off. Like, I still want to be able to, like, read One Piece and watch YouTube. But, like, I just want to, like, distance myself from the goings-on of our world. So, I completely relate to Alicent. So, with all of that out of the way, we're on to the final episode of the season. And just judging from the time, it's the longest episode this season. So, we might as well not waste any more time. Let's just go ahead and get right into this episode of House of the Dragon. Here we go. Monkeys.
I will not sail with a man who cannot best for me.
Oh, then you are kind of SOL.
At what?
Combat, you moron. Well, what happened? Where are we? What?
The Pretender has found 3 new riders for her dragons.
That's impossible.
Be that as it may, he has gone in fury to Sharp Point and laid waste to the whole of the town.
Okay, he did that.
So what was the fucking point in all this then?
The gods are cruel. Because the Prince Regent is going to kill you.
So that he can be king.
Take me to my throne. And once he returns, I shall take him prisoner.
And what then? When Rhaenyra descends on you with her 7 dragons and you without Vhagar, what then?
You have no one left to fly Vhagar.
You want to take me to Essos to live with the goat fuckers?
Aw, come on, man. Essos is great. They don't have all of this garbage.
You're not alone.
My cock is destroyed, did they tell you that? Yeah. It burst in the flames like a sausage on a spit.
Do not despair, your grace. There are better days ahead. They will hail the returning king. His father's true heir. Aegon the Victorious. Risen from the ashes.
Aegon the realm's delight.
Yes. Don't worry, Aegon. We'll get you a new cock. She's still looking for that wild dragon. She's been there a while then, if she's that dehydrated.
I had hoped my advantage may be in deterrence. Vhagar
No.
has ever been our foremost threat, and she is now overmatched. Helena, she does not ride. She has no taste for it.
She may yet be compelled. And her dragon.
Dreamfire, hatched when the Conqueror was king. She is formidable.
A little
Still,
older.
Helena is no warrior.
My ship is no longer the Sea Snake. She was a testament to my own glory. I've given her a new name. Queen who never was.
Aww.
There is,
Yeah.
of course, another player that is yet to be revealed.
Your Grace. A
Right.
word. It seems
We
the
always
sheep on our
always
lands
forget
have
about
stopped upriver.
Daemon.
My vassals have sent a drove of swine instead. Dragons do eat pigs, I assume.
Cractus prefers them. How goes
Oh
your
yeah,
master?
that's
We'll be
good.
ready to march in 2 days.
If you declare yourself, your lords will follow you.
God,
I never took you for a turncloak, Sir Alfred.
friggin' Alfred.
Rhaenyra's intentions are good. But what we need in this moment is a king.
Is a cock. But neither of them have heard of Rhaenyra's new dragons, which will suddenly become Daemon's problem.
We didn't order the blockade.
No, but we are the crowns. They expect us to break it. Drink this.
Helena, maybe you should go to the countryside too.
I was just going to bed.
The crown has need of your service.
Oh no.
Now.
Pretenders raise new riders against us, and we must answer in kind.
He's gonna force
Fly
Helena.
with Dreamfire to battle.
Aemond.
You wish to rule the Seven Kingdoms, but you rain ruin and death upon its small folk when you've been insulted. Because it makes you feel strong. And now you seek to corrupt your sister. Of all our line, the gentlest and most deserving of your protection.
Who will protect her if she cannot protect herself?
And who will she be if her mind is broken?
It is no longer our rule that is threatened. Our very lives, would you not have us prevail?
Not like this. Not like this!
He'll give up for now.
I must again request your assistance. I need passage. In your discretion.
Yo, go talk to Laris.
The dragons dance, and men are like dust under their feet. We march now toward our annihilation. To die will be a kind of relief. Don't you think?
Jeez. Even he's done with everything. Meanwhile... Oh. Oh, Thailand. This is a kind of weird part of the story. Thailand has to go mud wrestling. Oh! Oh! Did he prove himself?
You have impressed me, Lord Timon.
Yay!
It does not befit a prince to pout.
But he's at such a pouty
What
age.
do you call it then?
Do you believe that you are the first noble heir who was not sired by his noble father?
Such
Damn.
is the way of the world, Jace. And in resenting it, you only diminish yourself.
Easy enough to say. I've heard the whispers the whole of my life.
Then prove to them that you are worthy. Get up and take your place by your mother's side.
I want you to fuck my wives.
I wasn't prepared for that part.
How many words do you have?
Anywho.
What do you think of that, boys? We'll be knights. Just like that.
We will not fail you, my queen.
What must we do?
But those two are so good. Ulf is... I mean, Ulf is just... He's just happy to be there.
You'll fly in 2 days' time. The strongholds of the usurper, Oldtown and Lannisport, and their armies, all must be subdued.
In 2 days, we go to
Alone
war.
without allies, you will have no choice but to surrender.
You wish for us to kill innocents?
Not so many.
It is hard, but it cannot be helped.
They weren't ready for that part.
What about Vhagar?
She is fearsome, but she is one dragon.
Oh yeah, we are 6.
Prince Regent cannot defend against all of us.
I'll take him on myself. Silver Wings a go as she is. We're afraid of nothing. Even if you are.
There will be time enough to see which one of us is a coward.
Now you're talking.
little birds.
A knight will comport himself with grace at the Queen's table.
Best make me a knight then.
You fucking...
Sense of humour do you all good.
But Sir Simon fears treachery.
I will not allow it. Adam, come with me.
Oh. Adam, you're up first. You know what? Jace is gonna take this the wrong way, but are we seeing something? We haven't seen something all episode. Oh, it's just Alice. She's probably actually there. Man, what if she's not real though? Although no, because Sir Simon has acknowledged her. So I was kind of hoping you wouldn't declare for yourself. I don't know what her accent is, but I guarantee I did not achieve it. Oh! Oh! What the hell? Oh, the three-eyed raven? Oh! Oh! Oh my god, it's Daenerys. Oh.
It's all a story.
Oh.
And you're but one part in it.
Oh.
You know your part.
Oh my gosh. They just broke... Did they just, like, break the fourth wall, essentially? Oh my god, he looked right at me.
Our mother is not a dragon rider. She cannot understand that you and I have a truer call to heed.
Oh, buddy, you have no idea. You have no idea what your sister is.
Will you burn me as you did Aegon?
That is a lie.
I saw it.
Ugh.
Aegon will be king again.
Oh.
He's yet to see victory. He sits on a wooden throne. And you'll be dead.
Oh.
I could have you killed.
It wouldn't change anything.
Ugh. Come at me, bro. She couldn't go to Harrenhal alone. She had to bring Adam too.
I see you have done well here.
They are sworn to me. And not a moment too soon.
And to whom are you sworn?
This is the moment.
Ruson tapti lyrik sostawa. Ibazma kesu. Pranon. Merisa. Sola armazis. Soprumi vejume.
She knows.
The realm's only hope is a leader who can unite it, and my brother chose you. You are the true queen, Rhaenyra. First of her name, protector of the realm. I am meant to serve you, and all of these with me, until death, or the end of our story.
Okay, good. Then we're in so much of a better position than at the beginning of the season. He's shocked.
Ine arli credruchas? Separ morjulias.
Nukikos don Daur. Silulan. My queen.
Aww.
For every one of us who falls, 100 of them, there will be no mercy. We fight for our queen.
Let's go! Oh yeah, baby! I mean, I get the feeling this is all gonna end in terrible tragedy and terribleness, but just for this moment.
You cannot lead if you do not inspire. I never asked to lead, as you well know. I am trying to help you. You want to help me? Is this the help you offer after all these years? I thought fish in the market, from cold dawn until sunset, putting by coppers to stave off the winter. And I watched the man beside me walk past with his son and heir. And now that boy is dead. And his sister before him. And the heir that took his place. And now you remember I live. Now you wish to suddenly to scatter the crumbs of your favor. I am an honorable man, and I will serve you because I must. But if it is all the same, I will decline any offers of help. If I survive this war, I'll continue as I began. Alone.
Damn. That's rough, buddy. I mean, it's just... I mean, he's completely right, you know?
I had to see you.
Oh, Alicent is here. Well, you did this once, now she can do it.
Shall you cast your son down and rule alone?
No, I do not wish to rule, I wish to live.
I'm done with this.
Oh, go then. Leave us behind, as you say.
Why come here?
Wander in the wilderness.
Go to Essos.
What has it got to do with me?
Aemon will soon fly to join Cole in the Riverlands. When he's gone, Helena as queen will be the crown's authority. If you come then to King's Landing, I will see to it that our guards throw down their arms. We will open the gates. We will shed no blood. You will enter as a conqueror.
Just take King's Landing while Aemond is gone?
What of Aegon?
He still heeds his mother. I believe I can prevail upon him to bend the knee.
No, still. You defend him. Still you imagine you can have all you want without paying too high a price. A price I have no choice but to pay.
Is to set things right.
If I am to take the throne, I must put an end to the opposition. I must take Aegon's head. And I have to do it for all to see. Choose.
Rhaenyra or your son?
A son for a son.
Let us be done with this. Please.
And what do I do?
She just signed off on her own son's death.
With no ambition greater than to walk where I please and to breathe the open air. To die unremarked and unnoticed.
Jesus.
And be free.
This isn't gonna work, is it? Ugh. They all got armor. This will probably all end in tragedy, but hell if it won't look cool. This is building up. This is building up to a to be continued. Oh! These dragons got little things on its wings. Oh. Was that Otto? Has someone captured Otto Hightower? I forgot. I completely forgot about that he's in this episode. He's in the credits. Oh, Aegon has escaped. She didn't count on that. Ugh. Next time on Dragon Ball Z. Alrighty, so this time, the war's actually gonna happen. We mean it this time. We mean it this time. That is the thing, isn't it? It's like, at the end of last season, we were all like, oh shit, it's wartime. And then this season happened, and it's like, wait, whoa. Put pieces together, you know? We got different things that we gotta do before we're actually ready. Okay, now we're good. Let's go have a war. Oh boy. It's time for a war. Boy, it'd be really awkward if the show got canceled for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why I thought that. There's absolutely no reason this would be canceled. I'm sure it's already renewed for a third season, but I don't know, just suddenly it just hit me. It's like, God, what if we never saw the show again? That'd be crazy. And I mean, like, look. Alright, is this season as good as season 1? No, but that's okay. I know we were all hyped, we wanted something as good, if not better, but I think this was still really good, you know? What happened to Otto? What happened to Otto? It's like, yeah, I saw him in the credits at the beginning, and I was like, oh, sweet, Otto's back. And then that just completely went out of my head. I forgot about him until that last shot. I was like, oh, wait a minute, that's Otto. What happened to him? We thought he went home. What happened to Otto? But the war now begins. The war now begins. In truth. Granted, I mean, you know, the plan right now is to essentially bring this war to a halt, you know? This last desperate thing to avoid so much bloodshed by having Rhaenyra take King's Landing while Aemond is gone. And Alicent willing to sacrifice her own son, which, look, Aegon's a piece of crap, you know? Like, we all know Aegon sucks. But in this, it's like, essentially, the burn that he received has basically just left him what he truly is. He's just a scared little boy, you know? And perhaps we will see the true Aemond, you know? Aemond, whose injustices of his childhood have not been revenged yet. Alicent. I mean, it kind of begs the question, because, like, okay, assuming, yeah, if this plan to take King's Landing was going to work, there would be 2 more episodes this season, you know? Which, it does kind of feel like we are missing the big finale. Like, you know, last episode was good, getting the Dragon Riders, but, like, we haven't had a climax to the season, you know? Now, I guess you could say, did House of the Dragon Season 1 have that? Because Game of Thrones, for 6 seasons, episode 9 was always sort of the big climax of the season. So you had Baelor, when, spoiler alert, Ned Stark died. Season 2, I believe, was the battle at King's Landing, was the Lannisters, Tyrion versus Stannis. Season 3 Season 3 was the Red Wedding. Season 4 was the Battle at the Wall. Season 5... What was Season 5? What was Season 5? Well, I genuinely do not remember what Season 5 was. Season 6 was Battle of the Bastards, but... Oh boy, it's going to take me a minute to find this. Season 5, ironically, was called The Dance of Dragons. Yeah, I guess that one was more, well, Episode 8 was Hard Home. And then Episode 9, that's when... I guess that was the end of Stannis, wasn't it? I guess. Yeah, so... But yeah, it's like we normally get that. Now, Episode 9 of last season was the Green Council, which did end with Rhaenys bursting through the Sept and scaring them all shitless and leaving, you know? So there was that, but I guess you would say that Episode 10 was kind of the climax because you have the death of Luke and basically Aemond screwing up, you know? But yeah, but like, what is the climax per se of this season? I mean, it's not a climax of action, you know? It's not a climax of action for this season. But this season was not really a season of action. Now, granted, I don't know. I mean, I guess season 1 did have some more action. Because you had, like, Daemon versus the Crab Feeder. You did end with Luke versus Aemond. I don't know. Like, the thing is, House of the Dragon has not been as sort of action-oriented as Game of Thrones was. And saying Game of Thrones was action-oriented is kind of misleading, you know? There was more action within Game of Thrones, but I mean, even just look at that first season, there wasn't as much, you know? So, I don't know. It's like, I'm not trying to say, like, there needs to be more action, you know? What, this season sucked, we didn't have enough action, but I'm just trying to, like, parse out, like, does this feel enough like a finale of the season? And I think so, just because it did... It has sort of... A lot of these storylines kind of have come to a peak. Rhaenyra is going to war. Daemon will follow her. Alicent is done. She's out. She wants to take Helaena and her child and just leave. She's ready to dash, you know? And again, it's like, I don't blame her. It's like, just the thought of just leaving everything, you know? And it's like, look, I get it, and I'm not the queen of a kingdom. I am not a former queen of a kingdom with terrible children, except a daughter and a son I never see, you know? I'm not, like, I don't have as much importance as Alicent has had in her life. And I understand the whole, like, yeah, I just want to, you know, go, you know, live in a nice, beautiful place with a nice house where I can, you know, watch TV, you know, read manga, and I don't know, and just chill, you know? Like, I get that. I absolutely get that, you know? You know, it is also a funny thing. I love any time they bring up Essos and we see a bit of it. Because it's one of those things, because it's like, Essos is so different from Westeros, you know? Westeros is so steeped in, you know... honestly, like, European history, like, European medieval structure and everything, and you have your lords, and you have your bastards, and you have, you know, this and that, and your bastards can't be to this and this, and you have succession, you have this, and you blah, 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 blah. And in Essos, it's just like, I don't know, it's just kind of every man for himself, and you just kind of roll with it, you know? It's just survival of the fittest, and that's really that, you know? I don't know. Like, there's something about Essos that it not something like oh, I'd rather live there, but I mean maybe, and I know like I'm not the fittest, but you honestly kind of look at it and it's like, I don't know, not that they don't have troubles in Essos, because clearly they do, but it's just like, you know, maybe it's just the thing of they don't have stupid troubles, you know? And if anything, Westeros has a lot of stupid troubles, you know? I don't know. Am I making a point? I don't know. Okay, what do we talk about? Rhaenyra has to fight. And while they have this plan, you get the feeling that they're gonna have to go and kill the innocent, unfortunately. And hey, Rhaenyra's a good kid. She's like in her 30s at this point, but Rhaenyra's a good kid, you know. She is her father's daughter. You know, as much as she will be more assertive and proactive than he was, you know, she is still her father's daughter. So it's rough. It's rough that they have to do this, but I mean, and it's a thing of like, do I approve? Of course I don't approve. But if you say you have to do this, you know, if this is how it has to happen, I mean, it's like, you know, look, you have exhausted all your other options, you know? It is unfortunate, yes. But if you're gonna win the war, you gotta do it. That's just kind of that, you know? Now, should it be widespread? No. Minimize it as much as you possibly can. But if you are set on achieving this goal, then yeah, you're gonna have to do it. You could not, but then you wouldn't win the war, would you? So, anyway. So that's trouble. Daemon has realized he is but a part. He has seen the future. He has seen the White Walkers. He has seen the threat that only a Targaryen can overcome. And so he cannot have... I mean, essentially, the house... didn't Viserys say this last season? The House of the Dragon cannot be divided. It cannot stand when it is divided. So, unfortunately, it's divided right now, but he's now looking at this and is like, I cannot afford to divide this further, you know? And, I mean, he doesn't know, but he probably, you know, if he had declared for himself, he's suddenly at a huge disadvantage, because Rhaenyra has 6 dragons. He only has the 1. And it's not Vhagar, you know? It's also the problem... I mean, it's essentially the problem that Aemond has. And, you know, it's interesting to see the parallels between Aemond and Daemon, you know? I mean, if anything, probably just down to their names. I never thought of it, but if you just take the D at the end of Aemond and you put it at the beginning, suddenly it becomes Daemon. Why have I never thought of that? That's obvious, stupid, yet vaguely clever. Because, I mean, there are a lot of similarities. You know, they are the second-born son, you know, who wishes to rule. They have the true desire to rule, but they should not be. They should not be the rulers. They should not be king, because the realm will suffer because of it, you know? However, where Daemon has finally figured all of this out and will bow before Rhaenyra, Aemond not so much. Anyway, but Aemond thinking, well, I need more dragons. There's 1 dragon, I'll just have my sister do it. And it's like, man, how did you think that was going to work? And just the fact that it's like, you know, he's just going to drag her basically into battle. And it's just like, oh, buddy, you're, you know, green is not just the color of your mother's house, you know? Anyway, so, yeah, but Helaena cannot ride. And I like, that's so interesting, because we've had hints of Helaena being I don't know, I guess a seer. I don't know if there's a different term for it, but, you know, she saw Rhaenys, you know, arising from the depths of the Sept. You know, she saw, you know, it's like, the rats, you know? Like, she saw that it was going to be something, but now she seems to have fully embraced her power now, you know? Maybe after losing her son, like, that power has fully manifested, and, yeah, she saw Aemon burn Aegon and kill his dragon. She saw Daemon. She understands this. Helaena is such an interesting character, you know? She's such an interesting character. I like that they give us more and more of her this season. Because, I mean, obviously there wasn't a ton of her last season. If at all, really. Because, like, you know, she only came in about halfway through. Because you know, obviously she wasn't born at the beginning. But we really just didn't see much of her. So I'm glad they gave Helaena more in this season. Like, she's really interesting. I like her. So what else? Tylan? That was funny. That was really fun. You know what I want to look up? I want to look up, is it actually 2 actors, or is it 1 actor playing twins? It might just be 1 actor playing twins. I guess we never really see them in the same place, do we? Alright, House of the Dragon. Season 2. Oh, I think we are. Yeah, I think we're already renewed for a. We're already renewed for a season 3 and a season 4. So, well, it must be. It must be that he does play both of them, because they don't list him as both actors, or they don't list him as both Lannister brothers, but they also don't list anyone else, so yeah. But anyway, but his journey in Essos was funny. So he went to get boats to attack the Sea Snake, and had to best their leader in the mud, which he did. He got a decent strike on her. And at the end of it, she wants to bear his children, which means passing him to all of her wives, which she never explained how many wives she had. So, oh boy, he was not prepared for that. But hey, he proved himself worthy. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of it reminds me a bit of Tyrion, like when he allied himself with the Mountain Men and brought them to Tywin, and it's just like, you know, ride with me, basically, and the Mountain Men are like, oh, we'll do it if the Half-Man joins us. And sure enough, you know, it's like Tyrion won the respect of them, and Tywin did the same thing, you know? Because that's the thing, it's like, if Tywin had been there and was negotiating, like, that wouldn't have happened. He would have just negotiated, and that would have been that, you know? So yeah, so that was good, at least. But yeah, it is an interesting little subplot of Tylan having to prove himself, but he did. Aegon did listen to Larys and got the hell out of Dodge. So that may have just saved his life. But I like the idea of it, you know, it's like, just let your brother and the Pretender fight it out, and when it's done, you shall come and reclaim the throne. You know, where Aegon was thinking, it's like, oh, my brother wants to kill me, I'll fucking kill him. God damn it. And it's just like, you don't have enough allies to do that, you know? So, but he will come back, Aegon the Realm's Delight. So, he will be the just and fair and kind king that his father was. He will bring the new era of peace. Or he'll die. I don't know. It could be any of them. So, anyway. And then Alicent. It is kind of funny just having Alicent show up there. It's like, oh, it's like when Rhaenyra showed up to her unexpectedly. But yeah, Alicent just wanting to be free of everything. And again, it's like, I don't blame her. I don't blame her just being caught in the middle of all of that. But, you know, she just wants to get out of there. Just take her only good child and leave. And her child and leave. Go to Essos, maybe. You know what? Go to the north. Like, even though the north is allied with Rhaenyra against the Greens, like, look, a Stark would not kill the Queen Mother or the Queen, you know? Like, a Stark would at least treat them well, you know? Hell, go to Dorne. What are they up to? Like, Dorne probably doesn't care about anything. Go there. The Dornish are pretty cool. But in all of this, it is so interesting just watching that pain in her, where it's like, yes, obviously she has her problems with Aegon, but, I mean, at the end of the day, that's still your son, you know? That's still your son, and she signed off on his death. Because Rhaenyra cannot spare him, you know? Rhaenyra would have to take his head, and Aemon's head for that matter. So, Aegon cannot be spared, but Alicent is so done with this all that she is willing to... She signed off on Aegon's death. And again, another reminder that Alicent is a terrible mother, and Rhaenyra is not. Now, the thing is, because, like, sometimes I think back to, like, early Alicent scenes, and it's like, you know, I bet Alicent would be a good mother if she were anywhere else, you know? Kind of the thing that she said about Viserys, like, Viserys would have loved being a lord, you know? He would have been at peace, you know? He could make his models, he could do whatever he wanted, he would have been at peace if Rhaenys had been chosen as queen. But I think it's the same thing. It's like, I bet Alicent would have been a great mother if she had not gone through all of this crap, you know? So. And then the two other things, I didn't really write them down, but I'll briefly mention them. Rhaena's gonna try to tame that wild dragon. Good on her. Good on her for trying. Oh boy, that girl's determined, so good for her. And two would be Alan. I like that little moment where it's like, you know, now... Because it's an interesting thing, because at first I thought he was about to bring up, you know, Luke and Jace being bastards, but he didn't do that. He's like, you know, I saw you walking with your real son, you know, choosing what you wanted after dinner. Meanwhile, I was struggling for my life, but now your son is dead. His sister before him. And the person who would have taken their place as heir to Driftmark. And now that they're all gone, now you come to me offering help, you know? It's just like... It's like, you know what? I'm kind of with him. You know? I'm kind of with him of just like, the fuck you. You know? It's like, now you come to me, but I mean, yeah, it's like now, you know, most of the people he cares about in his life are gone. You know, most of his family is gone apart from his two granddaughters. But yeah, he probably looks at both Alan and Adam and is just like, maybe I should make up for lost time. Though, where Adam would take it, Alan will not, so. Alrighty, so, next season, hopefully next year, I hope we don't have to wait another 2 years for this, but hopefully, next season, The War in Truth. And we'll just have to see what's going to happen. But that is basically it. With all of that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist with all of my House of the Dragon reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.